Hi, this is Jim Renshaw, and I'm going to discuss the real property transfer declaration. So what this is a form that's filled out by the buyer at closing and delivered to the county tax assessor from the title company. The purpose of this form is to provide additional information to the county tax assessor. So what they're trying to do, the county tax assessor establishes a property valuation for your property. So one of the main factors that they look at is sales price. But sales price doesn't always tell the entire story. And so the real property transfer declaration is additional information provided to the county tax assessor to help them establish the property valuation. There is a small penalty if this isn't filled out, but if you're closing with a title company, this form will be delivered to the county tax assessor after closing. There's some questions that a buyer needs to be prepared to answer when filling this out at closing. I've included a link to a guide to answer all the questions in this form, but I'm just going to discuss 3 of the most common questions that a buyer needs to be prepared to answer. So this form asks whether there was personal property transferred with the home. And if so, the buyer needs to assign an approximate value and describe those items of personal property. So the idea behind this is you're providing additional information to the county tax assessor related to personal property. And a quick example would be a home that's selling fully furnished with let's say they're including a car. That would be very important for the county tax assessor to realize when they're looking at the sales price, that it include maybe $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 worth of personal property. Another item is the condition of the improvements. So the improvements are considered to be the home, a garage, improvements to the real property. And you would, as a buyer, determine what the condition is of these improvements. And then thirdly would be financing. Primarily number 13, which asks if there's seller assistance, if there is seller concessions. So what this would help the county tax assessor in the appraisal process would be if there was, say, $10,000 worth of concessions paid from the seller to the buyer. This would be important information for the appraisal to review when determining property value. There's a link down below, I think that's good. It provides a couple of different things. A guide to filling out the other questions, and then also the actual form itself. So if you want to review this form prior to closing, there's also a link down there. And then thirdly, there's a link from the Douglas County website in determining real property versus personal property, and it lists those items that they consider to be personal property and those items that should be considered real property. I hope this helps you. If you have questions, please contact me through the website, and appreciate your time.